Welcome to the Manestream podcast. My name is Ian Stewart.
And I'm Samantha Sims.
And today we are going to give a PSA of sorts about public safety on campus and off campus, because there's a lot of things that people need to do just to stay safe, like whether you're on campus like at night or in the daytime.
Especially considering everything that's like going on different college campuses,
Right.
Hearing things about LSU, even us. Like today, we literally just had like a prisoner walking around or possibly walking around. So
Yeah, and there are resources on campus that can alert you on when things on campus are going down and whether or not the police have been notified and whether or not you should stay indoors or just stay in a shelter.
yeah,
And
like the calls and stuff.
And one of these is the emergency alert system, which all student and faculty and staff members are pre-registered within the system. So you all should be getting alerts whenever there's an emergency on campus, like the one that we got this morning.
Yeah. They send out calls, emails, text messages, and I think you can register through Leonet.
Yes, you can register through Leonet.
And parents and guardians can register as well to get information.
And in addition to that, the campus has a free Safe Campus app that can be accessed through any smartphone or device. All you have to do is go to the Apple Store and download the app.
Cut this out. Do you want me to talk about like things like on the app? Because I have it.
Yeah, let's talk about the
Okay.
features.
Cutting back in. This is so awkward. Okay, so like on the app, they have emergency contacts, report a tip. They have campus maps, emergency plans, virtual assistance, so that you can walk home with someone virtually. Friend walk, safety toolbox, support resources, and then most importantly, they have the mobile blue light. So they do have the blue lights around campus, and all campuses have them. But if you're not close to it, you can go on the app on your phone and click that, so they'll know your location.
And campus police, they have their own recommendations and tips on staying safe when you're on campus. And one of the first ones is try not to walk by yourself like after dark. And in addition to that, try not to listen to music when you're walking by yourself. Like, always be aware of your surroundings when you're...
Especially like when people have those AirPods in with both ears on, and I know they have like the cancellation feature and stuff like noise cancellation. I wouldn't suggest doing that. And walk with a buddy. And if you can't, I would suggest having like pepper spray or some sort of like protective material to where if something does happen, you can protect yourself as best as possible.
And I'm fairly certain that if you're by yourself and if you don't feel personally safe, you can go to one of these blue lights, and you can call and they can escort you to wherever you need to be.
I know as like they have assistants like work with housing at nighttime, you can call the police department. I think they'll like give you a ride back to your dorm if you're on campus, so that might be a good thing to use too.
Because this is something that the campus takes very, very seriously. As of through April 1st, 2022 through September 30th, 2022, there have been on campus 3 reports of stalking, and on campus residentials there's been 1, but still this is something that people should be aware of and they should respond to accordingly.
Especially like I feel like females especially, we have to be careful and stuff like that. So really keeping a watchful eye, making sure you have protective measures. You have people who you can rely on, talk to. You can share your location with someone. I know there's like a key trick. You can put like your keys between your fingers. When you're walking to your car, always make sure you lock your car before you leave. And when you're walking back to it, kind of check in the back seat, make sure nobody's like crouching back there. Maybe even pull on your doors before you unlock them to make sure that they were locked, so there's no one in there. Look through your windows, stuff like that, and don't sit in your car. When you get in your car, put your seatbelt on. Put your seatbelt on, and then drive away promptly, just so nobody can be like, "Oh, they got in their car. Let's snatch her out or hurt her or something like that." So there's always ways to be careful.
If you need to send a message or make a call, like try and do that beforehand.
Or take your keys out of your purse before you get to your car, so you're not like digging around in them.
Yeah. And if you're going out by yourself, like if you don't have a group with you, and this can apply to anyone, well, tell a friend or tell your roommate where you're going and when you plan on coming back. And there's like these are all evergreen. Like these tips can apply to just about anyone, but there are a few tips that women especially should just have, just in general, like when they're out by themselves or even if they're with a group of people.
Yeah. Watch your drinks, ladies. If you're like out partying or clubbing, make sure that you don't leave your drink unattended, or you might be able to leave it with someone that you trust. Stuff like that. I think there's like ways to tell if your ice floats or something like that. I'm not a party person myself, so I don't know exactly. But there are like tips and tricks that you can research. I know at certain bars they have like a code word like for a drink or something like that, and it actually means that you need help. So I would definitely research stuff like that before you go out.
And take your drink with you. Like don't just don't leave your drink sitting on a table or on a counter. Like always trying to have it.
And cover it when you can. If you're like turning to talk to someone, cover your drink so somebody can't come up behind you.
You actually cut this.
Cut
you have
this.
Your
my tips.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you want me to just go down the list?
Yeah.
Okay. We're cutting back in. This is so awkward. Okay. And we did a little research about some tips just in general on websites. Get to know your campus safety officers so that they know who you are. They'll be accustomed to you and whatnot. So if you do call them, you'll feel safe knowing, okay, I've talked to these officials before. I know they're trustworthy. Take precautions after dark, especially after dark, because you never know what can happen. You never know who's on campus, especially if it's a public university. People can come on campus who don't belong there. Keep things on lockdown. Make sure you lock your dorm doors, your car doors. Be smart on social media. You can post, but maybe not post while you're at a place. So if someone is stalking you, they don't know exactly where you are right in that moment. Be careful getting into your car. Always have a plan. Pay attention to crime rates and trends. If you know that you want to go somewhere, make sure that that area is a safe area. Learn how to defend yourself, especially just in case something does happen. Stock up on safety supplies and just be careful. And there are a lot of other tips and websites and places that you can go, officials you can talk to either on campus or maybe just online that can give you some tips on how to protect yourself, protect others around you.
And the first tip that Samantha gave, get familiar with what safety tips your campus or Southeastern in this case recommends and actually provides, and just always be up to date with the apps and the safety system, just so you have the resources on hand and available when you will need them. Yeah. I feel that those are the most important things that the campus provides: the emergency system and the safe app, which, like I mentioned before, is available on the Apple Store or wherever you download apps.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, stay up to date. Just cut this. And
Do you want me to look up more safety tips? It's okay to lie. Cut us back in. Another important thing is that it's okay to lie. If someone is constantly trying to pressure you, make up an excuse to where you have to excuse yourself from the premises, excuse yourself from their presence. That's okay. If you feel unsafe, you need to do whatever you can to remove yourself from that area, from that circumstance.
Yeah.
I think that's an important thing because some people are just trying to be nice, and it's okay to lie.
Right, because you know, that person really much of anything.
Let's see. Can we quit? Oh, you can cut this. Let's see. This is so interesting. Disagree. Night out, stick with people you trust. Date him. Oh! Cut us back in. I'm just full of the tips. You can cut that part out. Okay. Date in public. Do not go to someone's dorm room if you do not know that person. You never know what could happen. You never know who's around. You never know if it's planned or something like that. Date in public. Date during the daytime to where there's multiple people out and about. I understand that sometimes dates can be more romantic at nighttime, or it can be more intimate if it's in someone's dorm room or in a secluded area, but that puts you at risk. And this isn't just for ladies, this is for men as well. Protect yourselves, go somewhere where there are people, so if you do need help, there's someone there that can help you. I think that's a big one.
Especially if you just met this person, if you're not totally sure of them,
you met them on a dating app or something.
Or this is the first day. Don't go to your dorm or apartment for the first day. Stay in a public space.
You can even walk around campus. That'll be a nice date. Go on a walk.
Or downtown Hammond, because there's usually most people around, especially during the daytime, to be in the area. But I feel that's just about does it for tips and tricks that people can use when they're out and about, whether they're here or off campus. So, and always look up, go to the Southeastern website to look at all of the information that we gave during this podcast to check for yourself. But that just about does it.
Yep.
I am Ian Stewart.
And I'm Samantha Sims. Be safe and line up.